Hey everybody, it's 13th Wolfman. You know what? Today is it's a Doom Room review because I went to the theater and I saw a movie, but when I got out it was a little dark to film the mobile movie review, so I'm doing it from the Doom Room. That's right. Went out and I saw Murder on the Orient Express. Now before I get into the review for the movie, there's something I gotta say about a trend that's been happening lately. You go to the movies and you sit down and the movie starts and they don't run the credits, and it seems like nowadays they don't run credits to tell you who's in the movies anymore, and they don't sell the stars anymore like they did when I was a kid. If this movie Murder on the Orient Express was made back in the 70s or 80s, the trailer would come up and you'd have the guy with the voiceover going, let's see, how would he put it? He goes, "There's been a murder on the train. And now you can also ride on the Orient Express. Murder on the Orient Express, starring Johnny Depp, Michell Pfeiffer, Josh Gad, Willem Dafoe, Daisy Ridley, Kenneth Branagh." I mean, this would be the way that they would sell it. They would sell the stars and the movie. Nowadays, they don't do that, and it's kind of disturbing because they make it seem like the movie is the more important thing, whereas they need to publicize the people that are in this. I mean, you're going to go see a movie if you're a fan of, like, Michelle Pfeiffer. So why not tell the people that Michelle Pfeiffer is in it? That's just a little thing that's been kind of gnawing at me, lately. I've gone to these movies, I'm like, oh, wow, that looks like... And, you don't see the credits at the beginning of the movies anymore. You got to wait till the end. And a lot of times these movies are 2 hours long. It's just me ranting. I'm sorry, but that's just the way I wish they sold movies and stars, like they used to. But I digress. This is the review for Murder on the Orient Express. And this movie takes place, they don't really say the time, but it's somewhere between the late 30s and early 40s. Kenneth Branagh plays Hercule Poirot, the star, the star detective of the movie. It's based on an Agatha Christie book, and I must say I really, really enjoyed this. I thought that there aren't a lot of scenes outside, but the scenes that they showed outside of the train going along through the mountains, the snow-capped mountains, and all this stuff, just look beautiful. I love that kind of look, and I like the time frame where they're set. Where guys wore suits and girls wore dresses, and I know that sounds kind of sexist, but I just kind of thought it was more of a glamorous period. And so Hercule Poirot is told that he's got to get on board the train so that he can go to England to deal with a case. And on the way, something happens on the train where a person gets killed, and he's the only one that can solve the crime. It's an interesting twist. I can't really get into the deepest, darkest details about what the crime is because this is a very well woven mystery, and I got to give it to Agatha Christie, who came up with the idea way back when. It works. The movie is shot beautifully. The acting is done. Like I said, we got Daisy Ridley in this from Star Wars Rogue One. Michelle Pfeiffer, Josh Gad, Johnny Depp, who, it's not a Tim Burton film, so it's nice to see him doing something that's not a Tim Burton film. Willem Dafoe. I'm trying to think of all the, Dame Judi Dench. Like I said, Kenneth Branagh plays Hercule Poirot. And it's kind of funny because his name is spelled just like Hercules, but someone says, "Oh, look, it's Hercules Poirot." And he goes, "No, I did not slay the lions. I am Hercule." He doesn't pronounce the S on it. So I thought that was kind of cool. There's a little quips here and there like that are kind of funny. But overall, the dialogue works. The acting is great. The look of the movie is just overall worth seeing. I mean, I know that some people might think, well, it's in a time period I'm not familiar with, or I don't know if I'd really like, so I might not enjoy the movie. I think you would. It's just a really well put together murder mystery. And I would like to see more of these kinds of movies, being put out. Mysteries based on like Agatha Christie or some other mystery writers, works. I asked Mama Wolf what she thought of it, and she said she's going to give it 3 chainsaws out of 4. I'm giving it 3.5 chainsaws out of 4. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a good time. Even I know there's been pretty much a slew of versions of this movie, but I honestly don't remember watching any of them, because when the breakdown came on who did what and why, I didn't remember any of it. And so, if you haven't seen any of the other versions or whatever, you might enjoy this more. If you have seen it, you might be able to enjoy it on a comparison level. So check it out. Murder on the Orient Express is out right now. I say always, it's worth the look. It's worth the time. With that, always like, subscribe, share, comment. I always want to hear what you have to say. Did you like this movie? Did you not like this movie? Do you even plan on seeing this movie? With that, of course, I'm the 13th Wolfman, and I'm on the prowl.